What am I doing in Sons of the Forest? Now, this game is pretty good about guiding you through and showing you what to do, but you have to find the start to that trail before you get to that part. But once you get to the start of that trail, then it leads you straight through to the end of the game pretty good. It kind of expects you to do a lot of exploring in the start to find that trail, but there's a specific path you have to take in order to get there, and it doesn't really tell you that. So it can be kind of annoying. There's a lot of caves you can go to, but you can't do anything in them until you find the correct one, and then that gives you an item that leads to the next cave, to the next, to the next. So you kind of just have to know where to start. So we're going to try and just do like a starter guide here, which is the entire purpose of my What Am I Doing series, is just to get you headed in the right direction. Now, realistically, the reason I wanted to do this game is because I did a review and played this game before on my channel. Some of you may have seen that. And that was when it first released, and it is now in full release. And I did that review, and I was kind of critical of the game because there was a lot of stuff missing. And now that I've played through it again after full release, I kind of wanted to update my review because I feel like a lot of the stuff that I had problems with in my original review, they have fixed and turned around, and this game is now great. A lot of my big complaints when the game first released was its parity with the original game, as far as like crafting recipes and stuff, and how some of the building works in this. They've fixed quite a lot of that. They've obviously added in a bunch of new recipes since then. They've added in obviously recipes from the first game and stuff. The build system is way better than when it first released. I didn't really have any problems this time through building a defensive wall that was solid all the way around, so they've definitely changed something with that. I still wish they would have gone back and at least given you the option to do the blueprint system from the first game, where you could lay out a bunch of invisible walls. That way either you or Kelvin could finish building them. Otherwise, it's just something you have to do on your own. There is an option to have him build a defensive wall, I think. I don't know really what he would do to do that. Maybe he can do it better than you, and maybe that's why they don't have that. I didn't really check that out. But like I said, it's not a big of a problem. They fixed a lot of the building with it, so I didn't have any problems building it myself this time around. I complained a little bit about the NPCs and having to keep them alive, and I didn't have that problem this time around. You get access to the pistol and shotgun pretty quickly, and once you get Virginia's affinity up, and you can give her both of those items, she does a great job of protecting herself, protecting you, and protecting Kelvin. So that's another thing got fixed. That's great. Another complaint I had, which didn't get fixed, and maybe one of the only things that didn't get fixed, is the map. I really wish that if the map was the only thing in my hand, similar to how when you have notes in your hand, you could hold right click and pull the map closer to your face so you could see it better. Just having a little Palm Pilot that's kind of off to the side of the screen, I don't know, I just don't really like it. It is nice you can zoom in and out on the map. I don't remember if that was there or not. If not, then that's something that got better. But yeah, this game, really great. Like I said, there's a lot of improvements they made since my last review. I would give this like a 9 out of 10. It's a really great game. I think there's, like I said, obviously I'm doing this video, there's a little bit of room for improvement on like guiding you into what to do. But you know, these devs are great. I can't wait to see what games they make next. I don't imagine their next game will be back on this island. I would love to see them do something else, but bring the systems that are in this game somewhere else. So with that said, that's the review part of this done, and now we're going to jump into the guide part. Let me just hop in. We're going to make a new single player game here. We are just going to go on normal. Now there are 3 different spawn locations that you can get. We'll see which one we get here. There is the Snowy Mountain, there is a water area, and then you can also just land in the forest. We're going to see which one we get, but right off the bat, obviously there's going to be resources around you, but somewhere near where you land, there should be another camp you can find that will have a can opener. That item is not necessary to progress the game, but I would suggest going to the camp and getting one as soon as you spawn in. That way you can make use of the canned food you find. That's one extra food source you get to take advantage of right off the bat. We're gonna let this load here and jump in, and we'll see what spawn we got. So right off the bat here, you kind of get an idea of the story of this game and what you're doing. Alright, so as I said, we're here looking for these people, as you can make out by what they just said. Edward Puffton, his daughter, his wife, I guess first, Barbara Puffton, and then his daughter, Virginia Puffton. And then this is a map of the location. Not really a map, but what they say. That's what it gives you the general idea of where to start. Somewhere underground they went missing, and we're looking for them. Alright, looks like we're gonna get the water spawn again this time. Which is fine. I know a little bit more about this spawn than the others. Yep, so right off that, you're gonna grab your pack automatically. Let me get our emergency supplies. Now, we can go ahead and the game's gonna give you a little bit of a tutorial here. Emergency pack, open the emergency pack. This gives you your first set of items you need. That will be your map, your first axe, your guidebook, which is how you craft things, and your lighter, which is your first light source. You can see Kelvin over there freaking out. We're gonna go ahead and equip this axe. Boom. It's gonna give you more tutorials options down there below. Right, you no longer have to do that. It's gonna be supplies here all along the beach. We're gonna get this guy up. This is your NPC. As I mentioned in the review, you can use him to build stuff. He is solely passive. You can see he got a nice bullet in one ear, out the other, so he can no longer hear. Got a little bit of brain damage, but that's all right. Yep, a little bit of smelling salts. All right, okay. There we go. Pin, getting his attention. And now we can tell him instructions via this notepad. For right now, I'm going to tell him to stay here. So I'm not going to do anything that needs him. So you give him... I don't know why you stick the first one to him, and then from now on, whenever you talk to him, you'll just tell him something. So he's going to hang out here. You saw there's a couple of different options you can do. Like I said, you can have him build shelters and stuff. Like I said, supplies all along this beach. First thing you want to do is clear all of these, and this stuff will not respawn. But you're going to get some bullets, you're going to get some medicine, which you need, because you can see your health starts out low. So we're going to take a set of pills, get our health back up. I'm going to put this on my hotbar. You can see in the top right hand corner of the description of the item, you can put them on your hotbar, 1 through whatever. I don't know how many you can actually equip. You can also move your backpack over here and put stuff on your backpack, and then I opens your inventory. If you hold I, you just pick up your backpack, and these are your quick slots. So you have 4 quick slots across the bottom, and then you've got 1 quick slot on the back, quick slot on the side, quick slot on the front, and then you have a quick slot on the top for various size things. All right, let me put that away. I'm going to gather all these resources real quick. Grenades, explosives, arrows, more ammo for guns we don't have yet. All right. Boop, boop, boop. Is that everything? I think so. Now you can see it's telling you, oh, there's another crate over here. It's telling you to pull out your crafting book to learn the basics of crafting, so we'll do that real quick. Let's see what it has to say. Improvised Survival Handbook. Yep, so you've got 2 different modes here. This is freeform build, which tells you how to build a tent. You've got tabs here on the side you can quick skip to if you want to go to specific things. You can also use these down here below to cycle through just in order from left to right. And then if you hold down X, it switches over to prefab. This is the blueprint mode that I was talking about. So like if I want to build this, you can see you get an invisible blueprint of that thing you want to build. And then if you sit it down, you can look and it tells you all the resources you need to build it. All right, let me get rid of that so it's not on our tracker over there on the left. Now, the thing on the tracker wants you to pull out your map. Oops. So you're gonna press M to pull out your map. And now this is where the guide kind of starts, but once you complete those things on the left, you just kind of get left in the dark. So if you zoom out on this map, you can see there are 3 GPS points. These are the rest of Team B. You think you would collect all of these and then it would give you a next step on what to do, but it doesn't. That's where the trail goes cold. And then it kind of just expects you to search caves. You can see on there, if you look right where the north marker is on the map, you can see a little archway. Those are your caves. You can also see there's one right next to where we are. There's a cave right up the road. So those are caves. Those are where your various resources are gathered. Let me... I don't know if there's a way for you to look at your current objectives outside of when they just show up whenever you complete them. I'm not gonna go get those 3 markers, like I said, because they don't really help you. Doing those 3 doesn't lead you to the next step, so I'm not gonna spoil that for you. You can go find those 3 on your own. However, we are gonna go to that first camp, like I said, and get the can opener. Now, if you for people that got the other 2 spawns, I'm going to show a map on the screen now of the whole map where I am currently and where the can opener is, and where the other 2 crash spawns are, and the can opener is close to those. We're going to go for the one that's up here. Come all the way up here, pick up some rocks somewhere here. Should be the can opener. Oh, right here. There we go. There's some more resources over here. Rope, some food, alcohol, and then there we go, the can opener. Now we can open up canned goods. I don't think we have any yet, but you'll get canned food items over here, and you can put the can opener here and use the can opener to open it. Like I said, very useful. That is 1 extra bit of food that you have access to now. So now, there are 3 items that you need to get in order to progress the story and move on. That is the rebreather, the rope gun, and the shovel. Now you have to get the rebreather first. That leads you to the rope gun. That leads you to the shovel. I'm going to show you just the first cave, get the rebreather, and then I'll show you where the other 2 caves are for the rope gun and the shovel, and you can go through them on your own. And then I'll show you where the trail picks up. Let's go to the first cave. It's the Rebreather Cave, and it should be this one right here next to us, which is lucky that we got this spawn. Let's go over here and we'll do this real quick. Or at least try to. May not be able to because there are enemies in there. I need to actually grab I should do that. Let me make some weapons real quick. There is going to be enemies in this cave. You actually may have to like set up a base a little bit and get some resources. You can try and run through these caves, which is probably what I'm going to do. I'm going to make a couple of weapons to defend myself. Okay. Oh, you're going to see food. You're going to see plants all over the island. They're going to give you a question mark like this. That's because you don't know if it's safe to eat them or not. If you press E, so we'll show you over here. If you press E, you'll just pick one up. It'll tell you what it is. Still doesn't tell you if it's safe to eat. If you hold down E, you'll just eat one. And if it's safe to eat, now you'll get the green Pac-Man, which lets you know that it is safe to eat this item. You can also, those will show up down here. You can use those in crafting recipes. I'm not going to go over that too much. Pretty simple. This is a crafting game. It's like any other crafting game, you know. This is your gear icon. This tells you everything that you can craft currently with the resources you have. So I'm going to make spears right now because they are a good weapon for defending yourself. Oop. And you see, there you go. Now I've made a spear. So you can look here. It'll tell you what all you can make. And then, you know, at some point when this is all full and you look at this list is going to be massive. You're not going to be able to see everything in it. You can also just add an item to the list and it will tell you what items you can make with that specific resource. So if I look at this, you can see that that goes into health mix, which is also a good hint that this is probably something that's safe to eat. I'm going to make a couple of these spears because you can hold multiple. You probably saw earlier when I was looking at the axe. If you hover over them, you can see their stats. The top one is their speed, the middle one is their damage, and the bottom one is their defense. If you have something like this, you can block with it. If you have something like this, put that on 2. You can't block with it. Instead, it has a throw option. This is incredibly powerful. Be able to throw it, and then you can also recollect it. And then, oh, I don't have... Let me grab a couple more resources here. We should be good to go in that cave. Food and water is good. Oh, I guess I should go over that a little bit too. If you look at the bottom right hand corner, that is your mini-map. On the right side in the blue is your energy. That determines your stamina. You can see it is 50% of this circle. The more the stats above go down, the less energy you have. The red to the left is obviously your health. The sort of empty bar around the red is your armor. If you get armor in the game, you can put on armor. You get 10 slots of armor. These will take damage before your health takes any damage. The first icon you see above this circle with a 1 in it, this is your strength meter. This goes up by fighting people and chopping down trees. I don't really know what it does. I think the game says it increases your health, but I don't really know. Doesn't really seem to do too much to me. I don't know. Maybe it's super subtle. The next circle over with the little water droplet, obviously that's your water. The little chicken leg, that is your food. And then the moon is your rest. You can sleep, that will restore rest. You can take energy drinks, energy bars, those increase your rest temporarily, or you can make a bench or a chair and sit down in it, and that will also increase your rest. Now we're gonna go over here to this cave. Now before I go in, I'm going to save game. In order to save game in this, you have to make a shelter. You make a temporary shelter with a tarp. Just throw down the tarp. You can prop it up with a stick. You can prop up all 4 corners. You can prop up 2 corners. You have to prop up at least 1 corner for it to count as a shelter. So now you see you have 2 options. You can sleep or you can save game. So I'm going to save game. This is my other saves where I made it to day 60 and beat the game. So I'm going to make a new save for this. All right, and now we are ready. We are saved game. So if we die, from what I could tell playing before, you get 1 death per day. And you will be revived either if you're out here on the island, you'll be revived in a cannibal camp. If you die in a cave, you'll respawn somewhere near the entrance of the cave. If you die again, that's it, game over, load save. Like I said, from what I can tell, you get one of those per day. Ooh, there's a skull here. Yeah, there's always jump scares with bats all throughout these caves. I don't know why. With that skull, I think I might be able to make a club. What do I need? Rope, rope, rope. Yep, there we go. Yeah, now I can better defend myself. This does... Oh yeah, that is a lot. Let's put that on 3. I don't think I equipped that to 3, did I? I did. Okay, yes, you can see that does good damage, a little bit of a way good block, and quite speedy. Alright, alright. Now let's go in here. You'll always know if you've been in the cave because there'll be boards over it, but you can better see the cave symbol here. Now let's go in this cave. Let me turn on my... Like I said, your first light source is flashlight. I mean, it's a lighter. And it's honestly probably one of the better light sources. You can get a flashlight later and other things, but those require resources. So now, there will be resources in here. Dead guys. This is a note. There are 50 of these throughout the game. Like I said, you can hold the button to pull it in closer. Like I was saying in my review, I wish you had that option when you had the map out. It would be nice if I could do that with the map in my left hand. Obviously the map doesn't work underground because it's GPS. G to close, put that away. Now, over here, you'll see this flashing red laptop. This is the trail that leads you to the next thing. So, when you hold E on this, you'll see in the bottom left, new location discovered, the entertainment bunker. Now, let's go back outside real quick so I can show you. Now, if I pull this out, you can see Kelvin's marker also over there, and you can get GPS markers. If you watch my first review of this, I mentioned it, but you can get GPS markers. The purple dots that are all over the map, each one of those will give you a GPS marker, so you can mark whatever you want with them. But now you can see up there by the north symbol, there's a blue flashing dot. That is the trail the game gives you to know where to go next. Now, if you go to there, you're going to wind up at a dead end. You're going to meet a door that's locked that you can't get into. But one of these 3 caves that I'm going to show you is going to have another laptop that's going to show you to a path that will progress you all the way through the end of the game. But you have to get the items out of these 3 caves in order to be able to follow that path. And then eventually you'll get the key card and you can go back through there. And I think that will lead you the rest of the way. I think you'll find, if I remember correctly, one of the caves that we're going to go through is going to give you an item, and it's going to give you a laptop that sends you to an item where the key card is, and then you'll go to the bunker that we just discovered, and then that'll have another one of those laptops that will then lead you to the next location with the laptop, to the next location with the laptop, and so on and so forth, until you get to the end of the game. But so let's go back to this cave, go in here, put this away. You'll also see these dead laptops all over the map, and there's nothing that really tells you, but if you smash them, they have a chip inside. You could circuit board, use circuit board for crafting. But okay, let's pull out the good club, and let's progress through this. Get the first item, so you can kind of see how caves work. Yeah, there you go, another bat jump scare. Caves are usually pretty straightforward. They will sometimes have split paths in them that lead to other items and other resources and stuff. But for the most part, they're pretty straightforward. And they kind of work how caves and Elder Scrolls games work, where when you're never going to leave through the door you entered. There will always be an exit door at the end of the cave that is a path that if you were to go to the end of it, you wouldn't be able to get directly to the item. It's sort of a drop-down thing. Let's keep on going. Like I said, there's usually enemies in this cave, and they are tough enemies, and the longer you survive on the island, the tougher the enemies get. There is a nice tip about the enemies, though. They can't swim, so if there's ever a place where there's deep water that you have to swim to be in, you can use that to your advantage and lure the enemies into that deep water and they will drown. Let's see here. Yeah, okay, you can see right there. You can see the outline of a couple enemies. So I might fight a couple of these, but I don't really want to die. I might just run past them. These guys are sound-based. You can see I'm crouching. You can see the little eye icon to the left there. These guys are sound-based, so you can sneak past them. Ooh. Oh yeah, he died. Nope, no he didn't. We're gonna try and sneak over here, because I don't want that. If you saw that one freaky-looking mutant, yeah, that guy. He'll do a lot of damage. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cheese this shit because we got a grenade outside. We're just gonna grab this and we're gonna say adios to those guys. I missed. Oh shit, that's bad. They're trying to get to me and they're worried about the... damn, I don't have any more grenades. That's unfortunate that I missed with that one. I expected it to bounce. You can also use these for light sources. If I flip one, you can see, I think right click, you'll pop the thing off, light it, and then you can throw it for a light source. Not a good light source. Alright. Well, since I wasted my grenade, I'm trying to run past these dudes because I don't feel like fighting them. But you can run past them. No biggie. That grenade would have actually been super clutch to kill them. So here you go. Here's a split path option where you can go left or you can go right. We're going to go left just because I want to avoid the enemies, and I think the thing we need is on the left side anyway. Starting to run out of stamina though, and I'm gonna have to stop, take a breath. Ooh, what's up? You thought you were gonna get me. Can't jump though. Alright. Let my stamina kind of recharge as we run through here. This is the path we need to go. Crouch down. They also can't crouch, so if there's any crouch paths like this, you're safe. Yeah, okay. So this is... you can go the other way in that cave, and there's probably some item. This is the path to the item we need. So, rocks. Rope. I'm down here. I don't know if you saw that. There was a spider underneath that rock. The spiders literally do nothing. Yeah, there he is. They literally do nothing. You can kill them, but they don't. You can't like pick them up after they're dead. They're just, I think, another jump scare of this game. More skulls. More cloth. Bones. And then there it is. You can see bright and shiny. This is the first item you need to progress the game. This is the Rebreather. Every item you collect, your character is going to inspect and put it on. If we pull out our inventory and go way over here, around to the right, you will see the Rebreather. Now you can left click to put it on, but anytime you jump in water, your character is going to automatically put it on. But I would suggest when you're done, when you're coming out of the water, come over here and unequip it. I don't think it affects your speed, but there are things, like this is where all your outfits go. There are some outfits that will like affect how fast you walk and stuff. So like I would, you know, yeah, manage that better. We're gonna collect some resources here though, and then we'll get out of this cave. You probably saw it, but I haven't mentioned it. There is a shark out here patrolling these waters. There he is. Now you could walk backwards through this cave and leave that way, but the way forward is down. That's the reason they gave us a Rebreather. So we're gonna kill this shark with these spears. I don't think he has that much health. I got one stab in him. Now I need him to come back over here so I can pull that out. Oh, there we go. Alright, got his ass. Alright, swim down here and get my spear back out of him. And fucking maybe see if I can find those other ones that missed. Don't see them. Alright, well, really quickly, before we go down through there, you can see my food and water have gone down dramatically while I was waiting on him. You can drink water from anywhere, but it will be nasty water. And you can see now my health bar has a yellow ding to it. It means I am sick. And sometimes it will even tell you there in the bottom left that you are sick. I think that goes away over time eventually, or you can pop meds and it will remove that sickness and slowly heal you. Let me do this and that, refill my food and water. But you can also see there the stamina bar go back up and fill back in. Alright, let's jump in here to the water. We'll find our way out. You get a little bit of light. There's one of those spears. You get a little bit of light, but it's not too much. There's no spear. Just enough to see. Okay, so I've moved inland here and just made a small little shelter so that I could sleep through the night, and I'm going to show you the entrance to the next two caves you need to clear. This one right here is the rope gun cave, and this is the shovel cave. Like I said, once you've cleared both of these, you should have everything you need to pick up that path from those laptops and follow straight on through to the end of the game. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoy this game as much as I did. Take care.